just to summarize everything. So with Henry, I think for Henry, I think the best build for him is to transition over to Blade Tome. I wouldn't bother with close counter on Henry because his defense is pretty bad. But yeah, I think you gotta really push that speed aspect to him. So that either Fury or Life and Death. I would go with Fury over Life and Death, mostly because I want to keep pushing his res up. And again, he's green. He's a green hero, so that's pretty good for that matter. It's Ground Blade, or you just basically put him into the Raven TA build with Bowbreaker, but I don't really like that idea. He's armored, yeah, he's armored. That's why, because he's armored, I like the idea of Blade Tomes better, because home armor, fortify armor is +6/+6, so you can add a ton of damage to him. But yeah, he's not a great candidate for close counter. His res is insane. I know. That's why in my opinion you gotta push that. You probably don't even need Raven actually. You can just keep Spectral Tome with TA, and that would be enough to kill. Well, you gotta use Bowbreaker. But yeah, you don't need to do a full build where it's TA, Bowbreaker, and Raven. You can just go with TA and Bowbreaker, and that should be enough. Though Brave Lyn, a buff Brave Lyn probably still kills you. I don't know. With Henry, it's kind of confusing, but it's a good kind of confusing because he has a bunch of potential builds. But I just don't believe in close counter on him. That's the one thing though. Okay, Sakura, Nikomata Sakura. I'm surprised by her stats. You can definitely see her role as a anti-mage because she has a lot of res. We could kind of guess that because she had Glacies as her special, I believe. It's nothing too special and it's kind of underwhelming, but she has a role to play. Earlier I was talking about like how it's comparable to Felicia. Felicia has a lot less attack, but Felicia has slightly more speed, I believe. And you know, basically identical on HP, defense, and res. But yeah, she's obviously has a much better dagger, and that makes her a lot better. But it's hard to justify using Sakura in your actual arena team. Is the only issue I have with her, because right now if you use colorless heroes, you bump out the balance in your arena team because you generally want to run red, blue, and green. And if you run her, you got to give up on the red, blue, or green. And if once you do that, there are just times where you will lose by default. And there's some battles you'll just lose by default because of how things go. And Sakura might be useless in some battles as a result. Like, if you give up your blue hero, for example, and you fight a Ryoma, how are you gonna take that Ryoma? Say you're using Nino and Sakura and another red hero. It might get really messy. Is the point I'm trying to make. So yeah. Your fourth hero is obviously, I'm only talking about 3 heroes because your fourth hero is your bonus hero. But yeah, that's my concern with Sakura. It seems like she's really good at her one role, but I can't really imagine it for much else. Kind of why I like Olivia better, because Olivia can act as your dancer, and Poison Dagger works on all infantry, so she might have a better matchup spread because you're more in general likely to face infantry than anything else right now. And even if you fight Horse Emblem, she could just act as your dancer. So that's my concern for Sakura. I do believe in it. I do believe in her, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm interested in seeing what kind of builds people will do. Okay, so for Jakob, Jakob's the most respectable when it comes for defense and resistance, and I actually prefer that he has low speed. But I know people earlier argued for distant counter. Sorry, close counter. But the issue is that he doesn't hit hard enough. The best he can do is like counterattack, and the next turn he backs up one space to attack again to kill. Did you review Nowi yet? We did, but we'll go over her again. We're just summarizing everything. So, right, for me, I think he should really stick with like Death Blow with Weary Fighter, basically like Effie, and then using a Brave weapon. Basically a Brave Bow. That's it. I think that's the best thing he can do. If he hits harder, if he hit like a 55 or something, you gotta remember this one thing about colorless heroes, that they don't get advantages on killing anybody, right? So even if we talk about a really soft hero, and I know this Jakob is clean, but say you get a plus attack Jakob, he's 50 attack, and you get Fury, because I would assume you want Fury. You can't do anything about the speed, right? And it's better to buff up his good defense and good resistance, because I think he's a really good, he would be really good at tanking with a Warrior Fighter. So he has 53 attack. So to put things in perspective, right? 53 attack is not enough to kill, say, a Nino. Not enough to kill Azura, because you just add HP to defense, and he's not gonna double. All right, let's be serious here. He's at 23 speed. There's no point in saving that. All right, we can count armor buffs. All right. If you count armor buffs, yes, he will stand a chance of killing somebody. But all right, let's even count armor buffs. All right, so he's at 47 attack base. We say boost him up to 50 because he's plus attack. Another 3 from Fury, and then we do Hone armor. All right, so he's at 59 attack. He would not even kill this Azura, because he would have to hit a 60 to kill Azura. You just added HP to defense, and I don't know, that's really pushing it. So I really like the idea of Death Blow with a Brave Blow Plus, because I think that's the only way he fits in the meta. But yeah, you don't have to do that. I just don't think he's a perfect or a great choice for that. That was just to put things in perspective. I showed you 2 soft heroes, and he would not be able to kill them. Thank you, Shardholder17, for following. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Just that I think he's not the close counter hero we were looking for. But yeah, if for me, Brave Blow Plus, Bonfire, or actually Ignis. I think I should go with Ignis. Yeah. Okay, so it would be Brave Blow Plus, Ignis, Death Blow, Warrior Fighter. C skill is optional depending on what you run, but if it's armor emblem like Hone Armor or Fortify Armor, and it's normal heroes like Hone Attack, Hone Speed. Thank you, Natsu Anime, for subscribing. But yeah, let's move on. Better than Bowie though. Better than Bowie. God damn it, I hate Bowies. Bowie's ruined everything for me. Can you guys believe it? 5 goddamn Bowies. If I wasn't pulling for Bowies, I might actually have gotten a 0 by now. I was never intending to pull for Bowie. Oh my god. Whatever. We're going back to this. I hate Bowies. Henry with an Alotome can get some stupid buffs. He can. I just don't believe Alotome at all. Thank you, Duncan Sullivan, for subscribing. Thank you very much. Alright, for the final hero. I had to take a sip of water. My throat's starting to hurt. Nowi's underwhelming, guys. We went over this, but let's just skim through it. She's like comparable to Spring Camilla, but Spring Camilla is actually better off because Spring Camilla is a green mage. You want green mages to take care of, like, you want slower green mages because they can use Green Tonebreaker and they can run TA really well, which works out really well as a result versus Reinhardt's that you're worried about. Nowi doesn't have as good as Vanish. Thank you, Dawood Shalash, for subscribing. Thank you very much. For Nowi, you wouldn't even one-shot a green mage. And she's not going to double on the green mages. Like, 32 speed isn't enough to double on Julia or something. And even if she gets like Hone Attack, Hone Speed and stuff, or for Blade Tome, it's just underwhelming. That's the problem. So yeah, I was really looking forward to her because Grimoire seemed like such a great tome, but with her attack and speed like this, to fit the current meta, which is where you one-hit everything, you gotta use a Blade Tome. What does Grimoire do? Grimoire basically allows her to teleport. As long as she's like, was it 100% or is it 50%? But she gets to teleport. The feeling Nimi won't summon another lolly for his dungeon. Omniblade, what the heck? I didn't expect you to say that. I'm still gonna summon for her. Because again, like, ultimately, you pull for the heroes you like, and I like Nowi a lot, so I'll pull for her. But yeah, if you are using her, it's just my concern is to using her over Alincia, which I think is a lot better in general to use over Nowi, because Alincia would do fine against any green target, not just green targets but red targets as well. Nowi versus say like someone like Ryoma, even if she's buffed up, I think Ryoma still wins, because I don't think she can double attack on Ryoma, for example. But just whatever. But yeah, Nowi's underwhelming in terms of stats. Like, I would have wished for more speed or slightly more attack, but she doesn't have it. And the best way to use Blade Tomes is when, you know, you can double, because that allows you to overwhelm color disadvantage, but she doesn't have that. And her defense and res aren't anything special, so yeah. Kind of underwhelming, but it's not bad. Grimoire's flower formation for any ally. Okay, well there you go. So, yeah. I don't know how to build her. She doesn't seem like she has a definite role, but great collectible hero, and she has home flyer. Not bad, just not great when considering the grand scheme of things. Anyways, those are the new heroes, all their stats. Nowi's the cutest one. I'll still pull for Nowi. But yeah, if I had any suggestions for you guys, I say you gotta really decide, but I think colorless is the best choice because I think Jakob's the best hero. One sec. I'll pull up Jakob again. I think Jakob has the most definite build. Like, definitely good build. Okay, let's see. And Sakura as well. I'm not sure about Sakura, but I think she can play a decent role. Just that I would prefer Performing Arts Olivia better. And I think Sakura is a pretty good collectible hero. I'm not saying pull for Sakura to use her in Arena though. Definitely not that. I don't think she can do a good job in Arena. But yeah, I definitely think you got pull for colorless because of collectability for Sakura and usability for Jakob. I think Jakob's an excellent hero for any Armor Emblem team. Jakob and Henry are the best. I think Henry, for if you are really caring about Armor Emblem teams, you gotta pull for Henry. Henry has Armor March, which is excellent, and not just Armor March that's great. Gotta keep in mind that pulling for green heroes in general is really good for armor perspective because of a chance at Hector and Amelia. I know it's really small, but that's just a little bit extra edge. So yeah, in terms of usability, I definitely think it's colorless first, then green, then red. Well, green and red are going to be really close because you're really just valuing Armor March and Hone Flyer at that point, because I don't think the heroes are that great. But yeah. Don't forget Sheena. Yeah, don't forget Sheena. Don't forget Sheena, guys. Don't forget Sheena. Don't forget Sheena, guys. Just don't forget. Just don't forget about Sheena. I forgot about Sheena, to be honest. I haven't had any like wanting of using Sheena in so long. My Sheena's are literally at 41 attack, 29 speed, at level 39. I don't even want to bother.